I dream her dreams. She was always there.
Welcome back to another episode of Real Reviews, where today I'm talking all about The Danish Girl. By now you've probably heard of this movie because it's causing Oscar buzz or because it touches on what some might call a controversial subject. But one thing you can't deny is that this is a beautiful film. The Danish Girl follows the story of Lily Elbe, who was the first person to ever attempt a male-to-female sex reassignment surgery in the early 1920s. We follow Lily's journey as she struggles to maintain the relationship she has with her wife Gerda, a fellow painter, during her transition, but also living life as her true self. Now first, this film is beautifully shot. The landscapes, the costumes, the coloring of the film, it all adds to the story. I think Tom Hooper did a fantastic job, and it's definitely got his little stamp in it. And he reteams in this movie with Eddie Redmayne, who once again delivers a brilliant performance, completely transforming himself. He's following up an Oscar-winning performance with The Theory of Everything, and we're just gonna go ahead and forget Jupiter Ascending. But he studied for this role, and he took great care with it. And I think that comes across on screen and really adds to his performance. And I'm going to interrupt because if you want to hear Eddie talk about his journey with the film and the filming process, you can click over here to check out my recent interview with him at the premiere of the movie in Los Angeles. But back to my review. Some of my favorite moments are when Lily isn't even speaking, but you can feel exactly what she's going through. There's so much emotion, pain, and joy within those moments, and Eddie delivers them perfectly. Like, that says a lot when an actor can act without words. And however, while Eddie is amazing, he might just be outdone by his co-star Alicia Vikander. Alicia portrays Lily's wife Gerda, who also goes through a big transformation of her own throughout the film. She really runs the gamut of emotions, from what she thought was a game to confusion to anger to being loving and supportive, but also lost along the way as the wife of someone who, you know, back then in the 20s, this wasn't really heard of, so she doesn't have anybody, you know, to really give her support, or she doesn't have someone she can really talk to because she's only ever talked to her husband. And Alicia portrays all of that with such grace and conviction, and I really hope she gets recognition during this award season and hopefully a win. It's truly been a breakout year for her, and it's very well deserved. So there wasn't much that I didn't like about this film. I think if I had to pick anything, I guess kind of some of the random little storylines seemed out of place. The love triangle storyline was a little underdeveloped, and some small parts felt like they were just thrown in there and never quite explained. Like, I would have loved a little bit more on Lily's backstory from when she was a child and the beginning of her realizing who she truly was. But alas, you know, these small parts, they don't take away anything from the movie as a whole. It's an incredibly moving film, and ultimately it's a story about unconditional love, and it's a film with phenomenal performances, and I also just believe culturally it's a very important film. No matter what you believe, love, you know, people need love, and we're all human. But let me know your thoughts on The Danish Girl below, and before you go, click over here if you want to switch gears and check out my review of Creed starring Michael B. Jordan. I'm Lisa, and thanks for hanging out with me on another episode of Real Reviews. Before you go, click to the left to check out my interview with Eddie Redmayne from the premiere of The Danish Girl, or click to the right to see my review of The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Pretty please?